Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello and welcome to MHA Football. Arsenal conservative today against Manchester United. They keep the pressure on Manchester City, of course. Want to talk about that a little bit tactically. I thought it was a good tactical battle between Arsenal and Man United, and I think Arteta won the tactical battle. A lot of people want to give credit to Manchester United. I think a little bit of credit goes to Manchester United. Amrabat looked all right. Amad Diallo looked all right. Garnacho cooked Ben White until it comes to the final pass. Gabriel and Saliba as brilliant as ever, in my opinion. But this Arsenal team today showed us a completely different way of playing football against Manchester United. I thought they were good, and it was by choice. That was my opinion, and nobody is going to change that. And nobody's going to push me to say otherwise. Over 700 of you here. This is MHF. This is Mo. Judge Mo and Husam from This Is Football, of course, the Don Husam himself. You're a lovely guy that used to do spaces and used to do football wars. If you are new here, hit that like button for us. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Here, where we talk a little bit about objective football, no banter, nothing. Me and Husam have nothing to banter about unless Liverpool lose by a big margin. Now, when we come in and a little bit like banter him. So if you're watching us now, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button. This channel, we need your help. And I'm repeating that. Without you guys, we need your help. Big up everybody, of course, that joined us from the Football Terrace match reaction. Brilliant show, of course, with Terry, KJ, and the rest of the panel, of course. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. On the road to 5K. With your help only, we can reach there. We're trying to give you content. Content never stops with Mo and Osam, of course, and with the Football Terrace. Of course, people, this will take you. Of course, we'll have another show after this and another show after that as well. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, and listen, this Arsenal team, and I'm going to start with one question and one question only before we break down the game. And of course, I want your involvement, of course, in the chat. Everyone, guys can get involved, of course. You can send a comment or support the channel, of course, by being there for us, of course, by actually igniting something about the conversation. But listen, over 600 of you here, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, support the channel, of course. And I want to get people's opinions because this is not discussed enough. I'm going to ask Husam a specific question. Should Arsenal accept second place and be happy with it? Before we go on to the game, I want to ask this question specifically.
This is a good question to start with. You get me. Big up to all of you guys as well in the chat. 800 people in here. Shout out to Terry for the redirect. Big up to the Football Terrace, the best place to be for match reactions. And now we are here on MHF. We have Ahwa later on. You have the Footy Judge Mo show as well later on, the match day analysis later on. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. So you're entertained from now until 1 a.m. at night. So all of you guys like the video, subscribe. And yes, Mo, I'll be honest with you. Should Arsenal be happy with second place? I think that's the wrong question to begin with. Because you're asking someone to be happy with a silver medal. Now, I understand both sets of Arsenal fans because Mo, I lived it. 18-19 season, by the way, for people who are watching this for the first time, Liverpool fan, you get me? You guys can tell who Mo supports from the shirt he's wearing. I'm a Liverpool fan. 18-19, I lived it. Lost the league by a point. 21-22, quadruple charge season, I lived it. Lost the league by a point. Now, I cannot be a hypocrite. Because I was one of the Liverpool fans that was extremely upset with us finishing second place. But more at the same time, if someone comes here, now I'm from the outside looking in, it's a little bit different because I'm not emotionally invested. My only emotional investment is I hate Man City and I want Arsenal to win the league. I think this is something that everyone knows watching us. This is not anything new anymore. The whole world knows Husam hates Man City. But now from the outside looking in, Mo, I feel like there's positives and negatives. And I feel like the answer is actually in the gray area. It's not black and white. It's really in the gray area. Because if you want to say, I'm really happy that Arsenal are challenging. I'm really happy that Arsenal took it to the last day. I'm really happy that Arsenal are fighting till the end. I understand. And if you come back and say, I'm extremely upset that we didn't win the league because we lost to Aston Villa at home. I also understand because they make a valid point. Here's the thing: Arsenal didn't lose the league because they lost, to Manchester City away or lost to Liverpool away or blah blah blah. Actually, Manchester City have a better record than against the big six sides than Manchester City or Liverpool do. The reason why Arsenal lost the league is the Aston Villa at home, the West Ham at home, the FA, the Fulham at home, and you know why Arsenal fans have every right to be upset. Mo, it's not even the league; it's the fact of that they ignored completely the domestic cups because in the quadruple charge season, I'll tell you the two times we lost the league by a point. Quadruple charge season, we won the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. 18-19, we won the Champions League. Both of those seasons, we left with silverware, some form of silverware at least. The problem is currently, Arsenal, as things stand, are going to leave the season without any silverware. And then that's where I think they're going to be really upset.
I actually want to say that I actually think Arsenal shouldn't be happy with second place. The reason why they shouldn't be happy with second place because I don't think the City team is perfect. They're a very good team, but I don't think they were perfect this season. And also, by the way, I just want to say something. You can be happy with your team, but also demand improvements, ask for improvements, ask to be better. And by the way, perfection in football doesn't exist, right? No team ever won every single game in the league. I've never seen it in my lifetime. I am not a historian. I don't know if it ever happened in the history of the sport. No team has ever won every single game. And by the way, there is still a chance that Man City drop points against Spurs. And we aren't going to be asking this question.
Inshallah.
That happens. Like, we aren't going to say, well, should we accept second place? No, you're not going to be here. If one game, one slip from Man City, right? And we're going to be sitting here and saying Arsenal played a good season, right? Now you push for retaining the title. Now you push next season to be better if they win. If you don't win it, you push for, I want to be better. I want to play better football. No team has been perfect in the history of the sport. I haven't seen it, right? And for me, Arsenal should not accept being in a second place. Always demand for better. If you win it, ask to retain it. If you retain it, ask for 3 times. If you do a three-peat, ask for a four-peat. Always ask for improvement. Always, right? But never accept where you are in football. Never ever accept where you are in football. That's my opinion, and it's never gonna change. I hold my team for the same place. I hold all teams for that. Always, always aspire to be
Are you
better.
talking about the transfer window?
A transfer window, I'm talking about your tactical adjustments, and I'm talking about finishing for a forward, for example. If you finish 50%, ask to finish 60%. If you finish 60, ask to finish 70%. That's it. That's the
Mo,
point.
let me ask you a question. What happens if City lose to Spurs?
Nothing.
Does all our channels
Exactly,
energy
but
just
that's what
change?
I mean. We're already asking. Okay, here's the thing. We are, but by the way, I actually want to say a couple of things, right? A lot of people now, okay, Tom and Rory, I'm calling you out. Tom and Rory, if you're watching, Tom and Rory. Well, the City team is very good. Second place is all right. What if City slip? What if are you now the same sentence is just gonna change to the next one to yeah, Arsenal were good? No, should never accept second place. Never ever. No matter what happens, no matter what happens. Pep Guardiola is the greatest league coach to ever exist in my lifetime, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you should
Mm-hmm.
never accept second. Always aspire to be better. If you took 4 points from City, aspire to take six. If you took only from West Ham 3 points, aspire to take six. If you didn't win against Man United 6-0, win. If you draw against Liverpool, aspire to win. If you're Liverpool and you draw against Man United at home, aspire to be better. Right? Man City drew to Chelsea, drew to Arsenal, drew to Liverpool. Right? This is Man City this season. Do you think the next season they're going to say that's good enough because they won the league? No. They're going to say, now we want to win against Chelsea. This is Man City's mentality. This is Man City's mentality. And this is their fans' mentality. They never accept staying in the same place. That's it. As for the game, and I wanted to speak a little bit about the game. No agendas, right? No agendas. Bukayo
Yes,
Saka,
no
very
agenda.
poor. Okay, I'm gonna start with Manchester
Oh,
United.
Bukayo Saka was dreadful today. I thought he was
I'm
Arsenal's
gonna
best
speak.
player.
Okay, let's start with the positives from Arsenal. Right, let's start with the positive. Gabriel and Saliba looked good. Tomiyasu looked all right. Kai Havertz left isolated and still did the job and assisted the goal. Positives. Well, the people that were not good. I'm talking from Arsenal. I'm gonna speak from United point of view. If we have, and I wanna ask the almost 900 people here to do something for me. Couple of things. I want you guys, number one, to stop what you're doing, like the video, and I want each and every single one of you to type who do you support, because I see a lot of new names in the chat. Who do you support?
Yeah, we
Who do
want to
you
know who you
support in the
support
chat?
in the chat. Let us know, man.
Right? Just let us know in the chat who do you support. Just one word: Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea, Arsenal, whoever you support. If you support Bayern, you support Al Hilal, you support Al Ahli in Egypt, Zamalek in Egypt. Just do it. Just do
Al
it.
Faisal
And
in Jordan.
yes, well, nobody supports Al Faisal. So
Don't be disrespectful. We have a whole ultras. Don't mess with us.
nobody supports Al
And by
Faisal.
the way, we beat Al Ahli in Egypt. So
No,
sit on the floor.
nobody knows who Al Faisal is in Jordan. Nobody knows.
Yeah, but okay.
Uh, خلاص.
There you are.
معلش.
Don't
معلش.
disrespect Al
Do you
Faisal.
remember when you mock Inter? Okay. Do you remember?
Yeah, but that's because no one knows what
Do
the
you
Italian
remember?
league.
Just sit on the floor now. Nobody knows who El Faisal is.
Brother, if we
Sit on the
start
floor.
speaking about Serie A, half the people will leave. Let's continue with the Premier League. You get me? No one
If we
cares
start,
about the Premier League.
if we start, people are talking about the Faisal. People are gonna unsubscribe, not
No,
leave.
no, people will never unsubscribe
People
because
are
they
gonna
love
unsubscribe.
MHF.
Oh
And
my
also,
God.
we're only 15 subs away from 4.5K actually. So let's get there. Next target.
I
Yalla,
see
15
you. I see
subscribers.
Man United fans. I see someone. I see Liverpool fans. Shanghai City, Queen Nadra. I know you're lying as usual, Nadra.
Queen Nadra
I,
is a Liverpool fan,
yes, I
100%.
know you're lying. Um. Anyway, going back to the game, I thought Bukayo Saka was absolutely dreadful. And I'm going to say a couple of things. He had chances to go one-on-one against Wan-Bissaka, and he didn't want to go because Garnacho wasn't tracking back. He had multiple chances to go one-on-one, right? One-on-one,
Mm-hmm.
and he
Mm-hmm.
didn't do it. I'm going to call him out,
Mm-hmm.
as we have been Saka's biggest fan, myself and Husam, since the
Yes,
beginning
I've
of
been
the
pro
season.
Saka all year long,
We have been
100%.
pro Saka all season. Saka has not performed well. Yes, he had the GA or whatever. Saka had too many chances today to go and create something and do one-on-one. And I'm going to give you an example. When Kai Havertz got the chance to go and create something, he did. He did take, Kai Havertz took a risk, took it to the line and crossed it and waited for Trossard. Yes, he had spaces, but they recovered. They recovered Man United, but Kai Havertz created a chance. Amad Diallo, not afraid to take on his men, taking risks. Bukayo Saka, playing it too safe. Why? Why, when you have 20 yards around you, Bukayo Saka, to go and create something, do it. Do it. Go and dribble. Try to create something. And I'm not hearing any excuses for Bukayo Saka. He had chances today. He had chances to go and try. Trossard, why? I am not gonna hear any Arsenal fan that is gonna try to come here and give me excuses about Bukayo Saka, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I saw Trossard, sorry, going on Wan-Bissaka. Sorry, he had it was on Dallo. I saw Trossard trying so many times to take the better defender in Wan-Bissaka to the line and create something, and Saka didn't. He chose the safest option. Saka didn't. Number one, Bukayo Saka. Number two, Ben White. You're getting
Before you
put.
go to Ben White, guys, I've been pro Saka all year long.
I am
I
not
have been
against Saka.
I have literally been on Footy Judgment, on This Is Football, on MHF, on the Football Terrace, everywhere, just doing Saka prop. I'll be honest with you, Saka's performance today, it's just, he was by far for me the worst Arsenal player. By far the worst Arsenal player.
And here
And it's not
comes.
an agenda. I just feel like from a creative perspective, he didn't create even a chance for Havertz, even though he had chances to create. Never mind chances to score, chances to dribble. I think, listen, Bukayo Saka is not Ronaldinho. We know this. It's not like he's going to dribble past 5 players and score a goal. I understand. But at the same time, he had chances to put the ball in. He had chances to cross the ball. He was in the penalty box. Remember at the end in the second half where he had the ball like in the penalty box. He dribbled past, I think it was Mohamed Saka. He tried to play the ball, but he just couldn't play the ball even accurately to Havertz. Havertz made a very smart run, but then he couldn't find him. I feel like Saka now today, his performance is just not there, and it's not an agenda because
I'm
actually,
afraid.
for the people that don't know me, I've actually been saying Saka has been better than Foden all year long. Like I've been Saka
I
biggest
can't say
fan.
that now. I can't say that now. I
I,
can't.
I get what you're saying, but the reality is today he just didn't perform, man.
No,
Today
no,
he
he
did not
hasn't been
perform.
performing lately.
No, but
He
you have to
hasn't.
expect more. You have to expect more. If Saka wants to get into those conversations with with the best wingers in the world in world football, then he needs to do more because it's just he has dropped in form. He has
Yeah,
dropped in
big
form.
time. And
Yeah.
I'm afraid. I'm afraid for Bukayo Saka.
What do you mean?
I'm afraid for Bukayo Saka. I'm afraid the systematic way of playing that right side, the Ben White overlap, the Odegaard coming short, these passes to kill his creativity. I'm afraid. Bukayo Saka used to be the guy who comes on the left foot, shoots, come on the left foot, cross. He's a. It's becoming too systematic, bro. I'm afraid for him. He needs to
Mhm.
express himself. He needs to be that guy that tried to take a guy on a run, try to dribble, ya akhi. Come on. I'm afraid for him, big time, because I know he has talent, massive talent, very good left foot. I'm afraid this is not looking good. I know that's all about, listen, people accuse me to having an agenda against Manchester City, right? I have the same energy, bro. If you become
And
too
when people say he's played too much as well, bro, this is just what it is playing for a big club. How many games do you think Mo Salah's played in a row? How many games has Van Dijk played in a row? Quadruple charge season. Go look at it. And it's not. By the way, respectfully to Arsenal fans, you didn't go far in the Carabao Cup. You didn't go far in the FA Cup. You didn't even go that far in the Champions League. So you cannot come tell me about fatigue this and fatigue that. Come on, let's do better as both football fans. You
Guys,
get me?
stop the excuses. Wallahi al-azim, you stop the excuses because it's not great. By the way, I think the guy is so talented. He needs to express himself. Listen, listen. I am being called an Arsenal simp, right? Because I took it easy sometimes. I have the same energy for every single player, for my club, for Liverpool Football Club, for Man City, for Arsenal. I am not going to sit here and pat on someone's back. Footy Judgmo accused of being against everyone. Everyone. Everyone in the league. Oh my God, you have an agenda against City. And you sim to Arsenal. Here it is for you. I am afraid for Bukayo Saka's creativity if he keeps playing the safe game. He needs to be creative. This this thing about being safe and passing is not gonna help him.
This
Is
is the
not
Jack Grealish thing.
Jack Grealish and Foden. When I said Foden the seasons before, he wasn't left to express himself. Bukayo Saka has a talented left foot and has talent at his feet. Let him express himself. Let him do his game. I know it's all about the team winning and everything, yeah. But I believe if you let him express himself, he's gonna benefit your team. It's very simple. And moving on from Bukayo Saka, one of the players today that got a little bit cooked, right? Right? A little bit cooked is Ben White. How do you
Yeah.
allow Garnacho to cook you like this, Yahi? Ben White? How? And let me, before we go on, I'm gonna actually do a couple of super chats that are related to Saka before we go on to Ben White. Okay, guys, I want you guys getting involved. Havertz was our best man today. Odegaard and Rice not so good. Odegaard and Rice today.
Rice not so good.
Oh,
That's crazy.
let me just respond to Ian. I think Odegaard was not bad today, but they weren't allowed to express him. The one that had the chances to express themselves are Trossard and Saka. I think Trossard did better than Bukayo Saka. Okay? I think
Mhm.
Trossard did better. I can't judge Odegaard today because he was out of the game. It was Amrabat trying to mark him. He dropped the shoulder once and dribbled him and put Amrabat on the floor. It looked great,
Mhm.
to be honest. Right?
Mhm.
But otherwise, I am not going to do that. But actually, they were asked to drop you. It's fine. But come on. D here is saying you are right that Saka didn't play well. He doesn't. ever play well when he's asked to hold back midfielder. He hasn't been balanced since party returns. I don't know what is the answer D, but my point about
But
this
he
thing,
got into dangerous positions and didn't do anything with the ball. That's my criticism. On the right wing, by the way, he got into dangerous positions, but he just couldn't do anything with the ball. He was in a position to cross, he was in a position to shoot, he was in a position to play the final pass to Havertz and couldn't make any of these decisions. That's what worries me. And by the way, Mo's actually right. Sometimes I'm like, why is Saka just taking all the easy decisions, to be honest with you?
yeah, I don't know. Ben
Big
White
up B.
got cooked today. Ben White got cooked today by Garnacho. Garnacho, Garnacho has one of the worst making. Like the guy is one of the worst decision makers in the final third. He's bad, bro. His final ball is bad, bro. It's bad.
It
Uh
is.
it's very bad. But in terms of dribbling, he took Ben White on a trip to school and back, to be honest, every time. And William Saliba had to step up.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, William Saliba had to step up. But I
Totally,
actually
totally.
think Garnacho is bad. Forget about it. But Garnacho is bad. Garnacho is a bad footballer. He's just I said in the group between us that so he looks like the Energizer Bunny. He runs. You know what I mean? All game takes the ball. Oh my god! Let me take Ben White on a run. He was then Garnacho. To be honest, is good in terms of like dribbling, but he needs to learn a lot. He needs to learn a lot, Garnacho. As for Man United, though, and I want to speak a little bit
No,
about Man
let me
United.
first stay with Arsenal. I want to
Go
give
ahead.
credit to a couple of players first. First guy I want to give credit to is Declan Rice. D, you know you're my guy, but sorry, not D, Eon. You get me. Big up to our Romanian massive who watch us. Big up to you. But bro, I disagree with you completely. I think Declan Rice was fantastic today. Every time Man United wanted to like initiate a counter attack, Rice was there to stop it. I actually think Rice like is just there's a reason why I said Rice is like has been the signing of the season, and I stick by this. This guy has just been from a defensive perspective unreal. Every time Man United wanted to start a counter attack, he was there. He was just there, just there. And by the way, even going forward, I saw him attempting a couple of shots and stuff, and I love that. I love when players like to take risks. Players are trying to put the ball in the back of the net. I actually really like Declan Rice's performance today. And the second guy I want to give credit to is actually Kai Havertz. Obviously, as we know, during the summer and during the season, massively criticized by not just Arsenal fans, by everyone. But Kai Havertz today, the pass that he played to Trossard, some people might think that's an easy pass, yeah, but that's if you have played football and we watch football obviously almost every day now, bro. The pass that Kai Havertz plays was phenomenal pass. Phenomenal pass. Even that assist for Trossard, you have to give him. Sometimes people get assists and it's just like, how did he get that assist? But for me, Kai Havertz's pass was unbelievable. And the two that we just have to give them credit, or we haven't done our job properly. That's Gabriel and Saliba. Bro, I'm sorry. It's we have to just sit up here and just be honest. Gabriel and Saliba are the best defensive partnership in Europe. Best defense by far, best defensive partnership in Europe. Gabriel and Saliba are cooking. Every time you watch Arsenal, they're stopping whoever the hell is striker. They stop everyone. I've seen Saliba and Gabriel defending one-on-ones, and it's just they're both unreal, bro. These two, Gabriel and Saliba, you have to just give them massive credit because for me, Gabriel and Saliba just cooking, bro. I have every time you watch Arsenal, Gabriel and Saliba just stopping people. Just stopping people. And then we have delusional Chelsea fans here asking better than Disasi and Silva. I would rather have Gabriel over the entirety of the Chelsea centre backs. I would rather have Saliba over the entirety of the Chelsea back line. Have some shame and decorum, Chelsea. You're not that team. You get me? You're not that team. You literally just conceded twice to Nottingham Forest. Sit on the floor talking about Disasi and Silva. Gabriel alone is worth your whole centre backs and your whole back five, including Petrovic and the goalkeeper too. But those two right there, because sometimes you know what it is. People, when we watch Arsenal, everyone's like, "Oh my God, Saliba's amazing, Saliba's fantastic," and all this. I agree with you. Saliba's fantastic. But you know, for me, Magalesh. Magalesh. Mwah. Mwah. Incredibile. Fenomeno Magalesh. Fenomeno Magalesh. Gabriel Magalesh is unreal. I'm sorry. I don't care what anyone says. Because we have all mocked Gabriel Magalesh 3 years ago when he was making mistake after mistake after mistake. Now we have to come back and say, Gabriel Magalesh, what a player. And you know, in typical MHF fashion, I want to say this before we head to Man United. Typical MHF fashion. Guys, don't write me your life story. Don't write me, paragraphs. I want to ask you one question. Saliba or Gabriel, regardless who you support. Just tell me, Saliba or Gabriel. Choose one right now in the chat. And also make sure you guys are hitting the like button right now. There is 900 people in here, guys. Let's get to 400 likes, 500 likes. Be clinical like Leandro Trossard. Hit the like button. Subscribe to MHF if you're ready to do so. We have you covered with entertainment all night long. We're going to take you from this to Ahwa, and then we're going to take you to Footy Judge Mo. So write me one name in the chat and like the video as well. And subscribe to MHF. I believe we have just hit 4.5k. Alhamdulillah, big up to you guys for the love. So obviously 4.6k is on the horizon now. So subscribe. I'm sure there's 100 people who haven't subscribed yet. So subscribe right now, like, and write me right now in the chat, Gabriel or Saliba. I'm seeing a lot more Gabriels than I'm seeing Saliba. I can't lie to you. So Mo, you wanted to move on to Man United, aka Waterfall Town, aka the river, aka the lake, aka the forest with the water puddles in it. Talk to me about Man United, Mo.
Senor. I want to talk about a couple of things.
Tfadal.
Number one, Casemiro. I'm going to tell you guys one thing, okay? I'm going to tell you one thing. If you played football, you know that. Him not sprinting to not cover the offside after the ball was cleared is a sign of someone who doesn't care. I have seen it many times in football. I've seen it many times. Someone who is not happy with his position on the pitch, with the role he's playing, right? He doesn't want to play center back, and he doesn't care. He doesn't care. It's very obvious because I played football, and I promise you, and everyone that plays football knows that, played professional or high level or even semi-pro, you know what am I about to say now. When a defender clears the ball, in Arabic they say طالع. In English, line up. In Senegal, line. That means everybody sprint out. Okay? There is a say here. They say together. That means all of us going up together, right? When that ball was cleared from Onana, everyone knows what I'm talking about. The whole line, especially the one that is last one, knows that you have to run because you're covering the offside. And Kai Havertz was like, Kai Havertz looked to the right side, and so Casemiro like told Ben White, play me the ball. This is just basic football. And you aren't going to tell me that Champions League Casemiro, 4 times champion Casemiro, right, doesn't know this. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Is bullshit. He knows that he's covering the offside. He knows. And he doesn't care. Bro, the guy looked at Kai Havertz to his left and kept jogging, knowing that he's covering the offside. Knowing that he's covering the offside. I guarantee you, he knows. My problem is, he doesn't care. This is it. He doesn't care as much, right? He doesn't care. He just wants to go. He's ready to go, bro. He's ready to go. And the other thing that I wanted to speak about is Amad Diallo looked all right, looked good in dribbling and everything, but he's very raw. And if you want to compete, the problem, this is Manchester United, right? When I say Manchester United, there is another player that I'm going to slate now. Just wait. Amad Diallo looks good. However, he's still very raw. And if you are Man United, you should know one thing. You have 2 choices in life. It's either you wait on players like what Arsenal waited years on Saka, years on Martinelli, or we are here now to try to win. And if you wait on Amad Diallo, he might come good, but it will take years. And you cannot have Amad Diallo and Anthony as your wingers going to a season in the You aren't making Champions League football next season if you have Amad Diallo and Anthony. It's going to be very hard, very, very tough. But there is one player that I want to say that this guy shouldn't be playing in the Premier League at all. He is terrible on and off the ball. And I know a lot of Man United fans kept saying, right? This guy scores goals for us. He makes late runs, right? This is one of the worst midfielders I have seen in my life. In my
Who?
life, Scott McTominay.
There you are.
Scott McTominay today, bro, number one, he hides off the ball. He hides. I saw Scott McTominay today hiding behind Arsenal fans not to be an angle for Kobe Mino and Amrabat. Hiding. And I know it. And again, I'm calling all the people that played football in the chat. You know exactly what I'm talking about. When a midfielder tries to hide to say there was no angle for me to receive the ball, you know what I'm talking about. He hides because when you hide, it looks from outside that you don't have an angle. But I got you, Scott, and I see you, bro. I see what you're doing. You are trying to hide to look like, there was no angle for me, instead of taking the 3-4 yards right or 3-4 yards left to receive the ball as a professional footballer that receive wage to play for Manchester United. That's what you're doing. I know he makes late runs. I know he makes late runs, but this is not a forward, and he isn't a number 10. He hides on purpose while Amrabat, Kobe Mino, Amad Diallo, right, creating angles for the defenders to receive the ball. Johnny Evans always creates an angle. Scott McTominay, and it's shame on Ten Hag that he kept this guy on the pitch. He is absolutely a disgrace of a footballer that is playing for Manchester United, Scott McTominay. And I am sorry for everyone that had to witness this. If this guy is my football player, right, I will be disgusted by him wearing the shirt. For you in a big game like this against Arsenal, you hide behind he went and hid, bro, behind Odegaard not to receive the ball. He moved to the right behind Odegaard not to be an angle for Kobe Mino when he was trapped. And Kobe Mino had to go back to Johnny Evans. This is a disgraceful behavior by a midfielder. The problem is, Erik Ten Hag keeps saying he goes to score goals. This is a disgraceful. And some Man United fans defend this guy and say, but he scores goals. That is not his job. He needed to be an angle. As a midfielder, you always need to be an angle for the other midfielders. That's a disgrace of a footballer. It's a disgrace of a footballer for you to, because you know what it is? He is leaving his teammates high and dry, right? When Kobe Mino wanted, he dribbled. Kobe Mino dribbled and had the pitch in front of him. And he was about to pass him. The guy moved behind Odegaard not to receive the ball. And Kobe Mino had to turn. What a disgraceful behavior by a midfielder. When some of them say, oh, but he scores goals for us. Yeah, that's not his job. This is absolutely a disgrace. This guy, to be honest, United should sell. Anyway, go ahead, Husam. That is my take today. And by the way, Rasmus Højlund wasn't bad today. He wasn't bad, right? But again, I'm gonna say Rasmus Højlund wasn't good.
We're not gonna have a Rasmus Højlund conversation on here. I don't want to
Forget
have
about
that because I feel like it's just pointless. We haven't, we just Man United didn't create any chances for him anyway, and it's not like he's like Ronaldo phenomenal anyway. So here's the thing when it comes to this conversation. Yeah, I look at Manchester United and I see a pathetic institution from top to bottom. When you are a big football club, and there is waterfall as soon as it rains, and there is piss infested bathrooms, and the facilities are from 2005, and the players being propped and spoken about like they're the next prodigies in football are the likes of Kobe Mainu. I think Kobe Mainu is a good player. I think Kobe Mainu will have a bright future. That has nothing to do with him being quote unquote a generational talent, because he isn't. Rasmus Højlund is getting scapegoated and blamed. Rasmus Højlund is a striker. You know exactly what Rasmus Højlund was brought in for, to take the chances. Has he been created any chances? No. Name one chance where they put him through on goal today
No,
and
he
he
had a
didn't.
clear-cut chance.
One chance.
Front
Yes,
of the
one
goal.
chance at the
One
start,
chance.
right at the start.
Yeah.
One chance. That's it. Other than that, there was no chances. Garnacho and Diallo are those type of players that people will say had a good game because they dribbled well. And Garnacho kept trying and he ran and all this. But at the end of the day, what did it lead to? Nothing. McTominay is still playing in this midfield. Amrabat actually had a good game today, so I wouldn't even say he had done anything wrong. Casemiro was dreadful. Man United, there is just absolutely nothing positive to say about their institution because their whole institution just stinks. You know, KJ asks us on the terrace earlier on, he's like, why do you speak with so much pity towards Man United? Well, the reason I speak with so much pity towards Man United is because you're a pitiful football club. It's because your football club is pitiful. How am I supposed to sit up here and not speak with pity when your whole institution is pitiful? The way that you move is pitiful. The way that you act is pitiful. So, of course, I am actually going to say congratulations to Manchester United just for losing 1-0 only. Because we all expected you to get slapped. Mo just spent the last 5 minutes giving a speech about Scott McTominay. How far has your club fallen? How far has your club fallen for us to do this whole thing about Scott McTominay? Scott McTominay is the player that we're discussing. Scott McTominay 15 years ago wouldn't even make the Man United squad. He wouldn't even make the squad. This is just the reality.
Are you lagging?
No, I'm not lagging. I think I'm back now. Yeah, so I just think Scott McTominay wouldn't even make the squad 15 years ago, bro. Scott McTominay wouldn't even make the team. He wouldn't even make the whole thing. And now we're sat here talking about McTominay saving them with goals against Aston Villa and all that. Bro, Man United are a disaster. Man United are a disgrace. And they are a pitiful club, pitiful institution from top to bottom. No, but it's true. Because KJ was like, why are you showing me pity? You're pitiful. Your club is pitiful. There is waterfall happening at your football club. How you want me to sit up here and not show you pity? You losing 1-0 to Arsenal is a W. That's a win to Man United. Give Man United 3 points just because they lost 1-0 only. I expected Arsenal to slap the living crap out of Man United. What is a Manchester United? What is a Manchester United? Garnacho, McTominay, Mainu. Yay, Kobe Mainu. He's better than Declan Rice. Sit on the floor. He ain't better than shit, bro. He ain't better than shit. That whole club is done. That whole club is done. They're finished. And they're linked to Gareth Southgate as well, Mo.
Do you think the club is finished for real?
Yes.
Like finished, like banter era now, khalas.
Yes, I think that this is actually
They
where the
won't
banter era
accept
starts.
like they won't get like someone like they won't get like top players to fix the club and stuff like that. They won't.
Yeah, but can top players fix the club? Or do they actually need
I
players
actually
who
don't
are
think they
working?
attract. I don't think they attract top players anymore.
Okay, 1 second. But if on paper purely, who's the top player from the team today? Casemiro. He's the one that made the mistake.
No, yeah, so I don't think they get these signings again.
They shouldn't get
I
these
don't think they
signings.
go and get. I don't think. For example, let me give you an example. I don't think they go and get a Rafinha from Barcelona. He's not a top player, but he plays for Barcelona. If Barcelona tomorrow wants to sell Rafinha, I don't think Rafinha chooses Man United. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
Frankie De Jong chooses. Like, let me give you an example. Joshua Kimmich leaves tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't
Mm-hmm.
choose Man United.
Yes, of course he doesn't choose Man.
That's my point. That's my
Yeah, of
point.
course. Of
And
course.
and that's what Man United fans don't understand. Unless they go and get a big name coach. And the problem is they aren't linked to big name
Mm-hmm.
coach. They're like, do you think Graham Potter can go to Frankie De Jong and tell him, by the way, Frankie, we are building a project? I was like, what? What project, bro? You failed with Chelsea and got sacked after like months, bro. Your resume has your resume only has Brighton and some months at Chelsea. Why would I join Manchester United? Oh, by the way, we're offering you a lot of money. Oh, Arsenal are offering the same money. Chelsea are offering the same money, and they have a project. Why? Bro, why? Why would I join you? Chelsea look more interesting. They have young players. You have it's either you have not good enough youngsters or you have end of their career old people. Why would I join you? Your biggest superstar, Marcus Rashford, is about to go. Why would I join you? That's what I
Mm-hmm.
like. That's what I kept telling Man United fans, and they didn't believe. Anyway, that's what I kept telling Man United, and they didn't believe. Right? I didn't believe. They didn't believe me, to be honest. Um, guys, we're gonna do some super chats. If you want to get involved right now, this is it. The super chats are coming your way. Arteta is copying Pep to stop them expressing. I'm afraid. Wallahi, JJ, I'm afraid for this, JJ. I'm just afraid if this happens, this is a big deal. I know that you want to win. The problem is, Husam said it before many times, and I'm just the last thing. Try to copy Pep. He does it better than you, so you won't win, but you just copy him. Be That's my point. Kind FC saying Garnacho cooks, then throws the foot out. That's exact. Oh, this is a fantastic super chat. He's like, run, 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 dribble, and then boom, terrible cross, terrible pass, nothing, slips, nothing. Absolutely, you're right. Queen Nadra, Nachos or Harvey Elliott? Harvey Elliott, every day of the week, without a shadow of a doubt. But Harvey Elliott has over 100 games for Liverpool. 100 games for Liverpool. Not saying Odegaard and Rice were crap. They were just not as good as in previous games. I think we just missed up a lot of balls in midfield today. Fair enough. Fair enough. Aeon, fair enough. That's not a bad take. But I actually believe that they did their job. I think offensively, Arsenal were held back. Amrabat did a great job, to be honest. A great job in that midfield area. Fantastic, fantastic job, Amrabat, to be honest. Really, really good. Him and Kobe Mano looked like good. They needed just a competent number 10 in front of them. Competent, not Bruno Fernandes. Big up, Mon Osam. Game made me really tired. Did you play? Did you play Sing? Did you run with them? Were you? I don't know. Do you play for Arsenal and Man United?
Oh, I think he means the game made him tired because it was boring, bro.
Yeah, yeah. It was boring. Yeah, that's completely different. So yeah, that's very fair. COB. I saw the stats earlier. Saka versus right backs defensively. Lost 365 games. Tackles 2.17. Saka to 11. Trippier 1.42. Trent 1.14. Walker blocks 1.57. Trippier. I am not following. I'm not following. COB. I am not following this one. I'm sorry.
Basically, Saka has more tackles than right backs.
So he tackles more than right backs?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So the win percentage is saying. Again, COB, I'm going to tell you something. I am never going to sit on any platform and praise a winger for the defensive attributes. I didn't do this for Anthony when Man United fans said, but he tracks back very well. And I'm never going to do it for Salah. I'm never going to do it for Diaz. I am never going to do this. In the modern days, wingers, it's not 4-4-2 anymore. This is not 4-4-2. We aren't going to sit here. We aren't going to sit here and actually say that about wingers. I am sorry. I am sorry. Muhammad is saying Garnacho is relegation team level. He's very young for me to say that. He's very young for me to say that. But I don't think he is Man United level. Mook is doing. Um, Nikunj Madan is saying, biggest problem of United is the majority of the fans, they just support their agendas, players and managers. You should always support the club first. I am an United fan, by the way. We need to be ruthless. The club can't be ruthless because at the end, these are assets and you need your assets. Simple. You need your assets. We did this one. And Frankie is saying it's the managers, players, backroom staff, PR shit show, crazy contracts, ethic. You think Ineos can fix this? I don't think so. Not in short time. Feels like rock bottom is still. Wallahi, Frankie, I said that. They didn't believe me. I said that. They didn't believe me. I said rock bottom is not here yet. You still make Champions League. You still win an FA Carabao Cup. You still win silver medals. You won Europa League. This is not rock bottom, bro. This is not. Rock bottom is what Chelsea did in the last 2 seasons. 12s
Yeah,
and then 6. This is rock bottom with
that's
money.
real rock bottom.
You haven't get rock bottom yet. You still challenge for top 4, top 5. You go to travel to Bayern Munich to play, Habibi. This is not
Yeah.
rock bottom.
Yeah, that's true.
This is not
That's
rock
true.
bottom. Anyway, guys.
Anyway,
this is-
listen, guys. Before you leave the stream, remember to stay here. Stick around. Big up to Frankie. Big up to all the super chatters. Everyone stay here. Everyone stay here. I don't want you to go anywhere because Ahwa's here. Hamza's ready, locked and loaded. Hamza's ready, locked and loaded to cook the crap out of Man United. Big up to you, Mookie. Big up to you, my guy.
Moke,
I appreciate you so
big
much.
up to you.
as well.
Keep going, MHF.
Yeah,
Big
big
up.
up to you.
Every time
Always,
I'm
always
opening live.
raising us. I appreciate you.
Yes.
Stay here, Habibis. We're going to be taking you to Al Ahwa, where we are going to be having fun. We have had the objective talk here. Now it's time for some fun. You get me? So don't go anywhere. Stick on the stream. It will take you straight to Ahwa, guys. I want you guys all over there hitting the like button and subscribing. And I'm sure there's about 50 of you who haven't subscribed yet. Subscribe now so we can get to 4.6K ASAP. So like MHF, subscribe and stay here because it will take you to Al Ahwa. I love you all, and I'm gonna see you guys on the other side in the stream.
I'm ending the stream.